exactly 1 minute to respond. The timekeeper, where are they? There they are, okay. Are going to indicate how much time is remaining for each candidate, and then there'll also be an opportunity for them to share their closing thoughts and commit to a pledge. Okay, so with that said, let's bring the candidates out. Tonight, we're joined by Amara, Enyia, Lightfoot, Paul Vallas, and Willie Wilson. Let's give them a warm welcome.
To kick us off, we're going to start with opening statements. First off is Amara. Welcome. Please kick us off with your opening statement. You have 2 minutes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm excited to be able to kick off the opening statements. It's really a pleasure to be here tonight in support of a coalition of organizations that I have so much respect for. My name is Amara, and I'm a candidate for mayor of Chicago. By profession, I work in public policy. I've worked at the top levels of government. I've worked as an executive in the nonprofit sector, but by passion, I'm an organizer. I've organized on most of the most pressing issues that we're facing in the city, all over the city. And it is that fundamental belief that public policy emanates from the bottom up. That people fundamentally know what they want and what they need, and that our responsibility as public servants is to create the environment where everyone can actualize their fullest potential. We are at such a crucial time in the city's history where we must move in a different direction, where the status quo has definitely not worked for far too many. And my campaign has always been about centering the voices of regular Chicagoans. I come from an immigrant family. My family's from Nigeria, and I understand what it means to try to make a way in the city, to have access to housing, to have access to education, to have access to work, and the struggles that we face on the day-to-day. Our campaign is a people-centered, people-driven campaign for change that centers our voices and recognizes that we all have to take part in the vision for the Chicago that we deserve. I am glad to be able to share that vision with all of you, and I hope that you will get as much as possible out of the discussion this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lori, welcome. Please share with us your opening statement.
Thank you. It's my great pleasure to be here on a cold winter night. There's so many organizations that are here and filling up the room, and I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am. I've lived in Chicago for 32 years, but I grew up in a small town in Ohio. My parents were born in the segregated South in the 1920s, and they lived under the yoke of Jim Crow and discrimination. And what that meant for us as a family is that we struggled. My father worked 2 and 3 jobs during my entire growing up years. My mother also worked a series of low-wage jobs, cleaning houses, working in a mental institution, nursing home, and at the end of her work life as a home health care aide, taking care of the sick and shut-in. What that experience taught me and what my parents gave me is a couple of things. The importance of education. That education was my ladder up, and certainly it was. But what they also gave me is a sense that no matter what, no matter my race, my gender, or our economic status, that if I took advantage of the opportunities that were in front of me, that I had the right to have a seat at any table that I aspired to. I take that mantra that was a part of my household into this very important campaign for mayor. I got into this race last May when Rahm Emanuel was still running because I knew that there were people who looked like me, growing up in families like mine, who were being left behind. And certainly as a woman of color, I understand the necessity for social justice, inclusion, and accountability in government that sees us and leaders who listen. The lived experience of people all over the city has to be a part of our civic conversation. It must inform every major policy initiative that we have. You know as well as I do, given the national terrain, that we are all under siege. I can tell you that I will be a leader who understands and respects the rights of immigrants in the city, and that I will be a champion to make sure that every community is respected. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. And lastly, Willie, welcome. Please share with us your opening statement.
I'd like to say good evening, everybody, and let you know a little bit about myself. I'm from a place called Gilbert, Louisiana. Got Chicago back in 1965. We do an awful lot of business with China. I have present today. We have 4 employees that work for us in China now: Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Lucille area as well. We purchased from China today about $50 million worth of products from China today. Some of the companies that we deal with today in China is Blue Cell, Blue Inco, Hongyi, and Hongdao. Those places we do business with today, we'll also expand as well. I opened up a manufacturer in China with a partnership in Enyia. We had a factory there, glove factory together. That didn't work out, but we did go in business there. I think at that particular time I might have lost about $4 million there. But we're in partnership with several Chinese companies in China today. My relationship is very solid there. We go there 4 or 5 times a year. We do sourcing. We got warehouses there, whole 9 yards. So we look to make sure we manage the relationship from Chicago to China. We understand how to do business there. We could make sure import was more friendly,